What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to our Space Engineers The Center mini-series. This is episode number 6, and last episode we built this gargantuan mining device, this thing that mines straight forward in a giant hole, and it circulates like that, or it rotates, and it gets us lots and lots of stone, so much that we don't really know what to do with it. And we're gonna probably eventually have to find a stone solution because it's gonna fill up our stuff, but currently we're not there yet. Everything's filled up, but the drills themselves are not filled up, so we can take a little bit more stone. I'm gonna let this thing continue while we do what we're gonna do in this episode. So this episode is all about getting the mini base that we set up last episode, even more set up. So up there, about 1 kilometer away or 1,000 meters away, we have our mini base, and today we're gonna try and get to it with some sort of thing, and I'll talk about that once we get closer to it. Let me real quick grab some materials, because what I want to do right now is build the conveyor all the way down. That's what we kind of started on last episode, but we didn't get very far. So we're going to build a conveyor. And how many conveyor blocks are we going to need? Well, it's about 1,000 meters away, and we know that a block is roughly 2.5 meters, so we should need around 250 conveyor pieces. So we're going to need 250 interior plates to get this started. Let's go ahead and grab those. Do we have enough? We do not. We can go ahead and grab a couple of them, and then let's go ahead and build, not 1,000. Well, you know what? We are going to need about 1,000 actually to construct them, so why not? We'll build 1,000. We have plenty of iron after all. How much iron do we have? We have 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 9. Plus 7k. Okay, good stuff. Plus 6k. Okay, yeah, we've got plenty. We've got so much that we don't know what to do with all this. Good lord. Okay, 258 should be good. We don't need many more than 250. I guess I'll grab a couple more just so we have them. But yes, we have everything we need. Let's start going up there to get to our mini base. I'll turn my flashlight back on so we can see, and we'll head on up there. It's about, again, 1,000 meters away, so it's going to be a little bit of a walk. Actually, let me make sure I have full power before I go, because otherwise we're going to run out of power. It would be really nice to have some power kits. I wonder if we can actually build those with the stuff that we have. Okay. No, we can't even build power kits. Okay, that must be like a main assembler thing. Okay, so without being able to build power kits, until we get power to that base, we have to be very careful. Our trips to the base are gonna have to be very short. Let's see how long it takes, or how much power it takes us to get there, and that's how much we need to return. Oh, we're gonna jump a little bit. Okay, we should see it any second now. We're getting there. We are flying upward, actually. I accidentally ran off the ground, but it's okay. All right, we're flying upward. Let's go ahead and use some of our jetpack here to land on our thing. It uses a lot of jetpack trying to build this base until we have something set up, but hopefully we're not going to have to use that much jetpack at all once we do have something. Okay, so what we're going to do is, instead of this, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go up from there a tiny bit. Okay, let's put something here, and then there, and then there, so it can actually get up. Okay. Oh, hey, this block actually writes us. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Okay, because we were a little bit wonky, and then we used that block, and it made us better. Let's get up a little bit further. We're gonna have to do a little bit of mining here. Okay, so the idea here is that I want to build some sort of thing to capture the, what we're going to do is we're going to build, I might not have said this yet in this episode, we're going to build an elevator to get to here. That's the machine I want to build, and I think it's doable since we have a shaft here. It's very easy to build an elevator to work with this, so I want to build an elevator that's going to go to about here, right there. That's going to be the top of the elevator, and it's going to go all the way down to our bottom base, so all we'll have to do is step onto it and press a button, and it'll get us up here. It'll drive us up here without a problem. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to build a little bit of a shaft using these blocks right here. We're going to use these, and then we're going to attach wheels to that, and that will be our elevator car. And hopefully it'll work like I think it's going to work, and it might not. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. What are we going to do? But anyway, yeah, that's going to be how that's going to work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There we go. So you see what I mean? It's kind of in the center. And the first trip up, it might be a little bit difficult. We might have to use like drills to drill our way, or to drill the thing a little bit larger. That'll be fine. We have plenty of drills at our disposal. We've been using them the entire series, so it'll be okay. But yeah, so this is going to be that. And we're basically just going to go down and place these where we need to. All right, so basically, as we go down, we're just going to run through and build and bring this thing. These. And if the elevator idea doesn't work, then we're going to have to figure out something different, or we can just run every time we want to go up here. It doesn't really matter that much. Especially, what we could do is we could turn the original base into our utility base where it handles power and mining and stuff like that. Then we would only have to go back to the original base every once in a while, because this can still access like the refineries and the assemblers. So we could do everything from this base, even if we didn't have the elevator working. So the elevator is our gold option, and no elevator will work just fine as well. That'll be our silver option. It'll be okay. All right, let's go down here. This is gonna take a little while. Hopefully we can get this done in this episode, like the connection. That would be really nice. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be tough actually, because it's not staying in the exact center of the shaft, which I don't know why it wouldn't, because the it is centered, but I don't know. We could always mine again. It wouldn't be that big of a problem. Oh gosh, okay, it's very off now, which is unfortunate. So far we don't have to mine to get to any of them, but we might in a second, because they're getting a little bit farther and farther off. This means that if we want to do the elevator, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to definitely mine quite a bit, which again shouldn't be that much of a problem. It's just right-click mining. Okay, we got about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way there without having to do any mining. Now we would have to do a little bit of mining. I could just do this as I fall back to the base. This is actually working pretty well. Oh my god. Okay, let's stop and land here for a second. Let's see how well that worked. That actually did work quite well. We ran out of interior plates. What do you mean? Did I must have miscalculated, because we still have another 245 meters to go. Okay. Wow. Good to know. Okay, let's head back and fill up our energy, grab a couple more interior plates. Maybe they only go 2 meters. For some reason I thought they went 2.5, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to see why I was wrong though with the block length. I thought it was 2.5, but maybe I have been wrong all these years. Okay, let's see. So this is about there. Let's go out. Well, if we're standing here, we're about 0.8. Let's go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're about 25.5. Yeah, so it is 2.5. I don't know how I miscalculated so much then. All right, we continue. See how far we can get. Okay, 200 meters. We're getting there. The mining goes a lot slower than the just placing, though. I'll tell you that. Okay, we have to go back for energy, but we got most of the way there. Like, we're pretty close. And by the way, once we get this fully connected, we don't even have to build up these blocks. We just have to connect it to the base, and the other base will have power. So that's a good sign. That helps us a lot. Okay, let's head back here, grab some more power, and we should be able to make it on the last stretch. How many of these do I have left? I have plenty. Whew, more energy, please. Okay, I think we're good, actually. We can just come up here again. Okay, we're almost there, about 67 meters away, and getting closer. And we land. Nope, okay. We're gonna have to catch the ladder. Thank you, ladder. Let's get a little bit more of this. We're almost back, pretty much. Unfortunately, it's gonna look like it's gonna land right about there, although we can probably retrofit this into our connector. I bet you that wouldn't be a bad idea. If it's perfect, imagine if this is perfectly lined up. That would be amazing. Okay, so from here, all we need to do is connect something to it, and we're probably going to retrofit that to do the connection. But yeah, for now, you know what? Let's ladder ourselves first of all, and let's back this up just a little bit. I want to use this to try and get most of the blocks out of here, so that we can use this for if we build an elevator, we can try and build it here. So I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Now that we know we can come over here and replace it, I'm going to mine out as many blocks as I can that are kind of in this area. Let's try and use a custom turret controller block. So the custom controller turret requires a detector component, but that's the only crazy thing it requires, and we should be able to handle that. This thing will allow us to control basically this entire grid right here just with our mouse, and that's really nice. So let's place that maybe right there. Okay, we're almost there. Just need a couple more detector components and displays, and they were all successfully withdrawn. All right, there is the custom turret controller, and we're going to configure this so that it works with these. Now this is called piston, so I need to rename this to piston lol, or I don't know. Names are hard. Let's go to advanced rotor lol. This is just going to be our lol grid, and we'll do hinge lol. I just need to know what it is. This is all going to get removed pretty soon, so it's no big deal. Okay, so I think the azimuth rotor is going to be our advanced rotor lol, and our elevation rotor is going to be our hinge lol. Okay, we have no assigned camera, which is fine, and I think that's going to be good. I think that's everything we need. Okay, in our G menu, let's grab our control, bring it down here so that we can control it, and let's try it. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we can now, okay, well, I'm going to end up murdering everything. Let me turn on a couple of things real quick. Okay, so this is going to share inertia tensors, and this is also going to share inertia tensors. I asked last episode, by the way, what I should use to share inertia tensors, especially with this massive monstrosity, and someone told me that I should share inertia tensors on everything that's not connected to the main grid. So we share inertia tensors on all of these. We share inertia tensors on the rotor over there. We share on the hinge right here. We do not share on this guy. So that's all we need to do is share inertia tensors on everything else, and it should be stable. So I think we already have that set up. Although even if we didn't, I wouldn't set it up right here because it would make this start wonking around everywhere, which is not what we want. That would be a recipe for disaster. All right, let's head back here. Use that to right ourselves a little bit. Oh, this is kind of annoying. So it won't let me control my hinge and then also activate the drills at the same time. So I have to pretty much do that, back out of it, and then use the drills. Okay, here we go. So we basically position it and then use our drills. That's pretty much how we have to do things here. Which is it's not that bad. Okay, I'm gonna remove some of this and see if I can, well, let me manually remove this a little bit because I don't think the drill can reach that. Just some of this. Yeah, the drill can't reach this little bits right here. Okay, so that's basically done its job right there. We now have this massive hole right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a little landing pad basically up there so that we can work on it. I probably should mine out a little bit more. Well, actually, no, this is fine. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, so we just got to figure out a way to connect to that, which I think we're gonna just use like a little. Let me get up there actually first so I can find out where that's gonna land. So if I continue that this way, we could land it right about here. Let me see if that would work. Right here. If that went up one more. Would that be able to connect to that? Yeah, that would actually be perfect. Okay, so that's what we want right there. Let's go ahead and get that set up. So what we're gonna do then is right here, we're gonna place a normal conveyor block. Then we're gonna place an advanced rotor, if I can use the proper English. And then we're gonna place a hinge, okay? And then what that's going to allow us to do is basically place a connector, which we can then use to connect to that. So we can do a very easy connection of the two grids, and that's going to be very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of this stuff built up. We're going to get the rotor head, the hinge head, or the hinge part, or whatever they call it these days. I think we got most of the stuff, but let's see how much. Okay, we still need computers. We got that all the way done. We got the hinge part all the way done. What about the hinge itself? We still need motors and computers. Okay, cool. These guys are almost full, by the way. Good lord. Oh, they are full. Wow. Okay. Nice job. And this guy's still depleting. 3 days. Good lord. We should probably just delete that at some point. Okay. You are done. I now pronounce you done. And you are done. Let's get this guy and we will set to go forward. Well, let's set to go backwards actually at first. Okay, we're gonna place a connector on right there. Let's right click that, grab all the materials, and build that up. Okay, here we go. One connector coming right up. All right, now that that's done, what we can do is we can turn this around. We'll get it to about the same angle as that guy. Velocity, go the other way, please. Okay. And we might have to remove one of those, or we'll definitely have to remove one of those actually. But let's get this roughly in the same velocity, or the same angle. That should be good right there. That's close. Let's see, can we get a little better? Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, let's get this guy removed, because we're going to replace it in a second with a connector. Put a connector here. And that, honestly, that should be perfect. If it's not, we'll have to do something with a piston, which is going to be annoying, but this should be perfect the way it is. Which is a blessing, by the way. It's not always perfect. Okay, let's go over here. Yoink. All components withdrawn. Awesome. Let's get up here and build that up. All right, sweet. Now all we have to do is turn this thing right here to about the correct place. We might have to adjust the angle a little bit. Yep, looks like we'll have to. Okay, maybe it's not perfect. We might actually have to do some piston stuff. Oh no! Okay, I moved it forward 1. So it was back here. I moved it right there. I'm wondering if I can get away with putting this right here. Okay, this, I'm gonna be amazed if this one works. Okay, we try it the other way then. Okay, switch lock. Will it work? Switch lock. Boom. Woo! Okay, we finally got it. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay, so they were clanging a little bit. They're now connected together though. The green thing shows that they are of one grid, so that's why they're not clanging anymore, because they don't need to do physics stuff. They're one. These, as far as these go, what we can do is we can... I don't know if we can lock these. It's fine, we don't need to lock it. We can lock this though. Rotor lock on. We can lock this, hinge lock on, and we are now connected, which means the base up there is now getting power. It's getting all the power that this base is getting, and I don't think we have any blocks up there that we can look at the stuff for. Like, we can't look to see or to make sure that they're connected, but they should be. So anyways, what we're gonna do then is let's go ahead and press G. Okay, our build planner's empty. We're gonna go ahead and get this built up, and we're gonna get these blocks built up right here. Let's build ourselves a little way up to get this one. 1, 2, and 3. And let's get that. We're gonna actually change what that block is, but yeah, let's go ahead and get these blocks and build these up. All right, we are officially connected from the base to up there. So this up until here is all connected, which means we could technically go inside here if we wanted to, if we could get to it. I don't know if we can. Yeah, we're maybe a little too short to get to that, but we could technically go inside there and access our stuff if we wanted to. So that's kind of neat. Let's try and build a little platform here for what is going to be up there. So I think what we want to do. Can I build off of this? Oh, kind of. Yeah, we can kind of build off of that. Ideally, it would be really nice to build a platform up there. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this be our landing, or the place we're gonna start with our stairs. So these stairs are gonna be moved to this side because I think it looks a little bit better being in line with that. So we have our stairs over here. This will bring us up to our little platform up here. And then from here, I wanna transition onto that platform if we can find a way to. So we're gonna start a platform right here. How are we gonna transition onto that? I have no clue. I guess we'll let that go out a little bit. Then we will do something like this. And then a ladder. Yeah, I think we'll just do something as simple as that. Let's see if we can get the ladder built. Okay, so we now have that ladder, which means we should be able just to write ourselves on this whenever we want to. This will put us on this platform, which from here will go... I kind of wish I had turned this block into something that could have blocks on the side. Do we dare change it? Let's make sure none of this moves by getting it anchored into the world. There we go, static grid all around. And that one's a static grid too, so nothing's gonna move here when I remove this block. Okay, now we can place a normal block, like one of these. Right click that. And there we go. Okay, so this now should be on the same grid as that. These should all be on the same grid and we should be good. Okay. Okay, so with full energy, let's go over here. Say we wanted to get up on that platform up there, which looks really weird from here, but yeah, let's go over here. Get on this, turn around, double tap the ladder. We're on this platform. Boom. Okay, now the hole would go straight up. So this is where we'd have our little elevator car, and the elevator car would basically just have a wheels that go on this thing. And the first time we're gonna use it, we're gonna have to have drills on this, so it would drill the area that this is not, because it's not perfectly centered. But I think it would work fine. Let's expand this one more. I'll maybe use these so it looks nice. To expand like that. We'll do it on all 4 sides. Oh, we're going off. That's fine. The center is our base after all, so it's not really that big of a deal if we fall down to it. Okay, so I'm trying this out real quick. It's meant to sort of allow us to transfer back and forth between the bases, but let's see how well it works. So if I want to go to, well, first of all, this base right here, does this work? Okay, so it takes us a second to get down to the ground, but it still works. So if I want to go to that base, I just double tap that right there. It works perfectly fine because we're in line with the gravity. This one though, if I want to do this one, I get on the edge, double tap there. Takes us a few seconds, but we make it back to the base. Okay, whoo, it works. That's good. So we can now transfer between these bases very easily without the use of jetpack, which is good. Okay, so we have our little platform here. I'm gonna try and weld a little bit of it up. just so we have some stuff to work with, and so it looks a little bit better, because currently it's just a bunch of floating steel plates, or steel blocks. I don't like that. Oh, we're just one shy. Okay, we almost got all of them. That's pretty good. Actually, it's really nice too, because if I use my flashlight up here, it's the flickering is minimal. There's only just a little area where it flickers, and that's when you're aiming toward roughly the center of the earth, or straight down. So we can mostly use our flashlight up here without a problem. I need to find a way to get blocks up here, and I don't really know how I should do that. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me remove this one, and let me add instead a conveyor right here. Oh, we have enough for a conveyor. Wait, really? I guess we had grabbed enough a while ago, but now we can get that up. Okay, so the conveyor is not going to allow us to do anything because we can't access a conveyor for some reason. I don't know why they don't let you. It'd be very nice. But let me look at the blocks that I have that would allow me to do something. So conveyor / cargo blocks. I could build a medium cargo container. That wouldn't be that bad. I could build a connector again, but it's really giant. I don't like it that much. Conveyor frame. All right, well, I'll give you guys a chance to help me out if you might know what we could use here. So pretty much the problem is that we want to be able to access this stuff, the base stuff from up here, and we want to do it with the minimal space used possible, or the nicest way possible, so that we don't have just like a giant conveyor or like a connector right here that we have to jump up and access or something. We want it to look relatively decent. So let me know in the comments what you think we can do here. I have a couple of options we could do. If I placed a drill that has an opening on every side, so that would allow us to do it for now. So that's one option. Obviously the connector is another option. So we do have options. But what's the best option that looks decent is the question. Okay, this is looking pretty good, I think. There we go. We're starting on the massive project that is building these up. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time, but we'll start it now, I guess, and we'll get it done eventually. Ah, no, we're falling off. Oh my gosh, our base looks so cool down there. It's really big. When I started off this series, I didn't think we'd get a base that's this big, but it's really pretty large for a center of the earth base. Okay, strange idea, but it might just work. Okay, so we want to get on that so we can run that way to the base. So I'm thinking, oh, ladder area is blocked, okay. Well, we have this ladder here that will help us get back right side if we need to. That one says ladder area is blocked, so I'm guessing we can just get up there and unblock it. Like so. And then maybe we can use it. Oh, but it's turned us the wrong way, hasn't it? Okay, so now let me use this one. Oh, but it's turned us the wrong way, hasn't it? Okay, well, how do we make sure that we turn the right way? Ha! It turned me the right way. Okay, sweet. So now, if I go on this one, okay, whew. So, all we have to do, we don't need this anymore. We just run up to here, boom. Never mind, it's a crapshoot. It's hard to tell which way you're gonna turn, isn't it? There we go, okay, so that one is the right way. So it seems like a 50-50 chance we'll either be the right way or the not. And when we are the right way and we use this one, then it'll be the right way on this one, it seems like. Okay, cool. Glad we have that understood. All right, anyway, we have this landing platform built up. We're not going to build any sort of elevator in this episode. We might do it in next episode, but let's get up here and go to our mini base. And it got us the right way, so that'll be good. All right, let's start running. This is nice actually as well, because we can start with a perfect angle to run at. So hopefully we won't fly off the edge as many times as we were before. So let's get up to the mini base and let's see what we can do over there. I brought with me enough materials for some steel plate stuff and enough materials for a chair. So what I really want to test out here is if the chair works, because that'll be good. If we can get power at the mini base, we can do a little bit of work up there or something like that. By the way, the idea we had on episode 2 with the chute that the stone would go down would work really well if we were mining all the way up here and had a chute all the way down where we just came from, because the gravity would actually affect it quite a bit more than it did down where we were. So that's interesting. Eventually we're gonna have to weld up all this. It's gonna be a fun task. Now, of course, what we could do is we could build the elevator, add a couple welders to it, and then put all the things in the elevator and just go on our first adventure and have it handle things for us. Might not be a bad idea. But let's get up here. Oh, can we land here? Yes, sweet. There was our original idea, which was gonna take a lot longer if we had to mine the entire way down. So one thing you'll notice is that while we are falling like we did before, whenever we mine, we're falling a lot quicker because we have the 0.3 P gravity instead of 0.1. So this is very helpful for a no jetpack scenario. Oh, it just righted us there. That was actually very nice of it. We didn't have to do anything. Yeah, so for a no jetpack scenario, it's very good. And actually, you know what? Maybe what we should do is we should build our base one block higher than this. And the reason I say that is because once we get to about 1,000 kilometers, it actually rights us on its own. I remember that being the case when we were coming here the first time. So if we build our base just a couple blocks higher than we are right now, that might save us a lot of headache. All right, this looks like a good place to put our chair. We'll place it, I guess, this way, looking at the lift, and let's build it up. Yep, so we brought enough stuff. I'm glad. It's always a little bit worrisome when you go so far and then you have to worry that you brought enough stuff. But yes, we brought this, so we can now get power from here. So that's how we know that it's connected fully. That's good. And that's about all we can do with this. We can just get power. But it's very nice. That power is going to come a long way. Why are we going down so slowly? Wow, okay. So I guess we should get in a little bit farther so we don't get stuck on that. But yeah, that's good. A little bit of power is very nice. Okay, this base is coming along pretty well, taking full advantage of the increased gravity and of the base below's power. It's very nice. I guess the fastest way to get down would be to just jump down, but I don't know. I don't know how fast we would end up going by the time we get to the bottom. I guess we can experiment with it. It wouldn't take that much hydrogen to stop ourselves. Let's try. Let's see how fast we end up going. I think we'll take damage if we go any faster than... Okay, we are going to end up going really fast. So never mind. This is a dumb way to get down. But I guess we're already going. The side should slow us down a little bit as we bump off of it. So let's find out. Yep, there we go. That's slowed us down a little bit. We'll stop ourselves the last second. How about that? If we bump off the side, we'll be fine. Okay, I stopped us at the last second. So that is the fastest way to get down. Let's use a little bit of jetpack though if we do it. So, okay, pretty good. Okay, let's end this episode by doing a little bit of welding of these things. I have one right here so we can get the blocks required for this. There we go, we got everything required for it. Let's head up there and weld. This should give us 8. Oh, okay, we're fine. This should give us 8. So, out of the roughly 250 we need, you know, that's not that many, but we'll start getting there eventually. Now let's hope this gives us the right angle. It did. Sweet. So we should be able to just climb up the side here. And never mind. Okay, I guess we're going to have to go up here and manually do this. So there's 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? The best way to do this would be to... if we carried with us... Well, no, that wouldn't work very well. Well, maybe it would. If we carried with us a connector... and then disconnected this, put the connector on, grabbed our materials, replaced it. Maybe that would take too long, I don't know. So far we've done 16 plus the like 3 we did before. 7 and 1 more. There we go. And how far have we gotten? Almost 100 kilometers, almost 100 meters. So we almost got about 1/10 of the way, so that's pretty good. It's not gonna take us that long, just a couple trips. If it took us roughly 3 trips to get 1/10 of the way, then it's gonna take us 30 trips to get the entire way. 30 trips, that's not that bad as long as we don't have to use jetpack that often. And if we can get something connected up there, I don't know, it'd be a little quicker. We have another 8 materials. I guess the running to the area we have to build in is going to start becoming a problem at some point. There we go. We used just a tiny bit of jetpack there to turn ourselves the correct way. I think it saves us a lot of headache. There we go. So we got pretty far, I'd say. Well, about 1/10 of the way, I guess. Bring the color a little bit further. Yeah, so we have quite a ways to go with this, but it's a start, you know? And I wish we could grab materials from here. That would actually save us a lot of time if we could just grab them from this thing. But alas, we cannot. You know what I might do, actually? I might calculate how many materials... Because what's happening is I can only fit like 10 of these in my build planner. Or 9 of these in my build planner, but I have a little bit of inventory space left over. So what I could do is I could just grab all the materials for these and find out how much of that I need. Or I could, I don't know, is there a mod to increase the build planner limit? So you can have like 20 items instead of 9. I don't know. That would actually be helpful as well. But anyway, that's where we're going to end the episode. Let's get back right side up on this thing and see if it helps us out. Please, please help us out. It's not gonna. That's fine. We'll just go down here because we have this thing. There we go. Okay. That's going to be the end of this episode of Space Engineers The Center. Episode number 6, we have a pretty good thing going, I'd say. We have our mini base up there that's now fully powered, courtesy of the connection here. We're going to have our elevator coming soon, TM. We're going to have our connection coming soon as well. And yeah, I think things are turning out pretty well. We're gearing up toward the end, which is going to be us building some sort of craft to get out of the hole. The elevator itself is not going to get out of the hole. It's going to be some sort of craft that can drive along the walls. I don't know how it's going to look, or I don't know anything else, but I think that's what we're going to do. Some of you have suggested that we build some sort of mining vessel that can get out, but let me tell you guys, mining out of here, since we're like, you know, tens of kilometers into the center of the earth, mining out of here would take ages. So I don't know if you guys really want to see that. It would be really cool, but I don't know if that's the way to go. Since we already have some sort of shaft coming from this from the top side of Earth. But let me know what you guys think. And let me know what you guys think about what to do with this so that we can actually access our materials from here in the nicest way possible. Let me know about all the things. But if you guys like this episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers The Center.